Very good morning, students. Lesson number 3, section 5, word processor, tabular presentation. So, the previous class we have studied regarding the formatting of the table. How can we change the font style of the table, and how can you give apply border, etc. And how can you change the alignment of the table. And today we will discuss the text alignment in a table, because in a cell we can just mention the data, or we can place the data on the left side or on the right side or at the center, and again it can be at the top and at the center and the bottom. So that means vertically as well as horizontally we can align the text in a cell. So we'll be discussing that. The text alignment refers to the positioning of text in the cells of a table, that is horizontally and vertically. Select the cell of rows and column. For performing this alignment of the table, text alignment of the table, first of all we have to select the cells or the rows or the columns, whatever the formatting you want to be performed. After that, select the layout tab. From the ribbon, select the layout tab and choose a proper alignment, because vertically as well as horizontally we have to arrange it. So that there are 9 alignment buttons are given there. Out of that 9 alignment buttons, we have to select the proper one, which one you need or you decide. Now, calculation in a table. As we know, we can represent the numeric data as well as text data in a cell. So once you are entering numeric data, suppose you have entered your mark and you want to find out the total mark, then you need of going for further calculation using calculator. The same table itself we can have the calculation. So first one, enter some numeric data, because on the test data we cannot perform it. So enter some numeric data. Then select layout tab. After that, click the cell where the result is to be displayed. Suppose you are entering in a row. Suppose cell 1 you have entered some number, then cell 2, like that you have horizontally have entered some numbers. Now on the right side, on the rightmost cell, you want to display the sum of the numbers which you have entered. Then you select the last cell in the particular row. Now select the formula button in the data group. Layout tab we already have selected. Then from that layout button we select the data group. From the data group you select the option formula. There is a button, it is the last button or option available in that layout tab of data group. Now by clicking the formula button, it will display a dialog box. That box is called formula dialog box. Formula dialog box appears. Note that the sum formula is already displayed. So while we clicking that formula box in the particular cell, it will automatically display the sum function. Sum function, it is to add the values whatever we given on the left side or on top, or on the top of the cell. Then click OK. So if you are entering data in a column base you are entering. So we have to display the sum at the bottom cell. In that case, we have to select the sum and in bracket we write above. If it is as a last bit, the formula will be equal to sum of left, because the all other values are given on the left side of the selected cell or the resulted cell. Now in case you want to display the value in the last cell, the sum in the last cell, you just to select the last cell in the particular column and select the same way formula, then automatically it will display the formula as equal to sum bracket, it will appear above. We don't be do anything, just to select the formula where that to be displayed, the answer to be displayed, there only you have to select. Now click OK, so that the sum or the result will be displayed. And according to our topic of lesson, we are discussing only sum formula, but we have some other formula. Average we can find out, the largest number we can find out using max function or max formula, or then many other functions or formulas are given in the table. But as a beginner, we will study the sum function or sum formula. Now the last topic in this lesson is updating calculation in a table. Suppose you have entered a numbers in a cell and again you want to have some changes in the number. and the same way we want to get change our result also. Suppose you have entered some numeric values and you found the sum in another cell, then after that again you want the some changes in any of the data, then you don't worry, no need of recalculating. The table will be, the MS Word will automatically recalculate. That is called updation. Now select any cell and change its data. You have entered some data and change the values. And now select the data of the cell where the total sum is after changing the data. Now the next thing is that you have to select the cell and the particular data where the result is displayed. In this case, sum is displayed. Now after that, press F9 to update the value. After selecting the resulted value, you select it and press F9. So that what happened, what all the modifications you have done, according to that the result will be changed, or the result will be reflected. The changes will be reflected in the resulted cell. So with this, I will wind up of the class of today, and the rest of the topic will be on the next class. Thank you for listening me. Take care.